And I'm on the air. On the air. So my good man, no radio. How are thee?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Another
Ah,
day in the crib. What can I say?
I feel you, man. We had some very interesting conversations this past week, technology wise and all. I was doing some, reading some articles in the last couple days, and did you hear about the iPhone 14 actually just stuffing plastic inside of the SIM card tray? Just the, which means that the cutout is there. They just was like, no SIM card for you.
Oh no, they did. I did not hear about it.
Yes, they
Oh,
they
oh,
basically that I think like the SIM card tray is like sealed. Somebody pried it open, they with these teardowns and whatever. But the SIM card tray literally is there. Like the cutout is there, which means
now are the
this
pins?
whole myth of, oh, we're gonna add more battery is bull crap. That's a myth. Just like the myth was for the headphone jack, it was gonna make room for more battery.
Mm-mm-mm.
So I I thought that you might have found a nice little chuckle from that one.
That
You
is
know,
hilarious.
the American version is basically saying a big middle finger to all Apple users if you thought
Oh,
this transition was going to be easy.
yeah. I see now somebody is actually there's a video of someone actually putting a SIM card in.
Did it work?
Well, we're gonna have to find out. I'm looking at this now.
Oh
It says
man.
oh, how to insert and set up physical SIM card iPhone 14.
Oh god.
Don't tell me they're taking the tray out of the 13 and sliding it right into 14 and it work. If it do, that is
Yo,
hilarious.
if it does, that
That's
is so
hilarious.
crazy.
Oh my god.
But you know
Apple,
what? They'll block it via software. You
oh,
know they'll block it via software.
they ought to be ashamed of themselves for that.
Yeah, look, the pin, look, the physical touching pins are probably there. Everything's ready. They just block it via software.
Apple, Apple, Apple. Oh my Lord Jesus.
Man, hey, look, you're closer to the sun than I am.
First of all, that ain't the sun. That black hole.
Hey, look, I mean, you reside on that separate planet.
I'm just technological. I can't say what I want to say.
Ah,
Professional. That's what I'm gonna call it.
your professional opinion.
I'm a professional. I'm a pro.
Ah,
Technological pro. You know what I really want to say.
oh, I think I know what you want to say. Well,
Hey, look,
since this is our new future, SIM cards not no longer than phones. It's going to be our brand new future now. Let's go ahead and start. The copycatting begins. This is a new series called "When Will the Other cell phone makers copy Apple?" So galaxies may get satellite connectivity too.
no surprise.
So now here's the thing: is it going to be the way that Apple has done it, which is, oh, exclusive contracts with said satellite company, or is it going to be via what Starlink is trying to do with T-Mobile? Which
Something
route
tells
are we going
me.
to end up doing?
Something tells me you're gonna have the option for both. They're not gonna lock you into something.
Well, on Android, the beauty of Android is choice, and we've already made the assumption that a lot of iPhone users don't like to choose anything.
Oh, of course not. It's not an assumption. This has been confirmed through my many testing. I've gotten
Uh,
Apple users to just admit that when they say simple, they mean options. They don't like options.
well, that's
And
that's the reason why
anybody
they don't.
it took
That's
look, it took me a good 10 years to get somebody to admit that.
Oh, come
And I
on,
respect
man.
that gentleman for admitting it. I'm not gonna call the name out, but you know
We're,
what?
we're
I can respect that. I respect that more than telling me something's better, but then you can't explain it. I respect you just saying, "Hey, I don't care about options." That's
so
I
do you
respect that.
so do
I
you
respect
think
that.
that do you think that Samsung is going to go the Apple route, which is they paid someone money to give the emergency SOS access to their satellite system?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be an open source situation.
But then what? Who's going to be the open source? Because there's physical hardware in space.
Basically, I feel like if you get the Samsung and your own T-Mobile, you just have that option built in. Basically, to use the T-Mobile way, or you have the option to subscribe to third party. And yes, there will be vendors doing this. You mark my word.
Hmm.
Well, but technically, there already are. There's multiple companies already trying to do this. It's not just the one that Apple's using.
I mean, now here's the thing: Global Stars reported that it will provide 85% of its current and future network capacity to Apple. Like, how much do you think Apple paid just to get that nice little nugget
Yeah,
on their sheet?
this is going to be once again. This is an edge case situation, so I don't think it matters as much as everybody's trying to make it matter. What's 80% of zero?
That's
That's what I'm
messed
saying.
up. Why would you say 80% of zero?
It's easy to guarantee 80% of something that nobody's going to use.
You don't think somebody's going to use this
You're going to have to
feature?
go out of your way to use this for it to matter. I
Okay,
know,
I
Keon,
understand.
no,
I
I don't
understand.
believe that. I don't believe 2 million people are going to be out there freaking trying to use a satellite connection. I don't believe. I don't. Sorry.
Mm,
I don't believe that all of a sudden we're going to have an influx of everybody using satellite. Everybody ain't going into a random mountain some day somewhere. Everybody ain't doing that every day. It doesn't matter.
but did you not see the Apple event when they unveiled the new, watch, the Ultra?
That's
You know,
cool.
the watch that beat that the Lord of the Rings style watch, the watch
So,
that rule all watches.
so I don't think
That's what
everybody,
I'm
bro,
saying.
Keon, when's the last time you were somewhere where you absolutely had no way to use phone?
Oh man, it's been a long time.
Exactly my
It
point.
that that that
Exactly my
that
point.
circle has shrank, and then if I know that I'm going to an area where I ain't got cell phone service, I kind of prep myself for it.
There you go. My point is, this is not something that matters. So I can guarantee you 80% of nothing. That's easy.
Dang,
That's why it doesn't matter.
man, no radio, you harsh.
Keon,
Are
when's the
you
last
sure
time? Keon,
you're an iPhone user?
No, 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 no. I'm talking about period. This satellite communication thing is not as big a deal as everybody's making it. It's not. People fixate on it. It doesn't matter that much.
Uh,
I had to go out of my way right now to find somewhere where I can't use my daggone phone. I had to go out of my way to do that.
I think that the only way this is
And
going to end up
I'm
working is
stumbling to death on magic.
people are going
You
to
know,
purposely put their phone in airplane mode to access that feature.
well, something tells me Airplay's going to disable that too
Why?
because it disables radio communications that are not Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. What do you mean?
Ooh,
That's literally
that's
what it.
not good.
So no.
That's not good at all. I'm just thinking like the copycatting begins now. So, all of a sudden, Galaxy phones will end up getting it. I never really cared for it. I mean, it was nice to think that T-Mobile was going to be the one that was going to provide that type of service, but I wouldn't have to need extra hardware to get it done. That was cool, but to think that now every phone is about to be like how Apple is, I don't care.
Yeah. I just think it's the whole scenario is blown out of proportion on all accounts.
Mm, well,
I think this is a nice feature that is for emergencies, and that's the only time it's going to matter. Otherwise, no one cares.
man, the
That's like
radio. Is there
think
is there
about it,
anything that will
bro.
get you
Think about it,
excited?
bro. Yeah. That's like the spare tire in my Explorer. It's been in there since the car was new. Ain't used it yet. This
Oh
satellite
gosh.
backup system is like a spare tire. you probably ain't gonna use it.
I mean, they spending millions of dollars hoping that somebody
So,
thinks the worst case scenario.
but all I'm saying is it's a spare tire.
I mean, you don't spend major duckies on spare tire, man. I'm just saying.
You do so you can have a gimmick to push, sir. That's called marketing.
That is true. That is very true.
That's
But
on
you know they're gonna be.
all companies, no
It's
matter
gonna
whether
be.
it's Apple, T-Mobile, Samsung, doesn't matter. Huawei already has one that does this too. By the way, if you didn't already know that,
Huawei has
Huawei has a
already
phone
jumped
that
into
already does it.
the satellite game.
They already got it. So, this is like I said, this is a spare tire.
What can you say?
You catch a flat, you use it. Otherwise, it doesn't matter.
Dang.
It's just back there collecting dust in the back of your car.
That's true. I mean,
That's why
I
you
had to
think they
use
give away free
I
for
had to
2
use my
years?
spare. I had to use my
They,
spare tire, like what was it, a year after I got my car. So,
hey, and that's why it's
and it
called
was on,
spare.
man. So, our previous conversation, this past week when we were talking about the death of Ethernet
The
and
potential.
when will that come? Well,
Yeah.
I think it might be coming a lot sooner than anybody thinks.
Uh-huh.
So found this one. Thunderbolt his 80 gigabits in demo, equivalent USB 4 version 2.0. So when we were talking about like the purpose of Ethernet anymore, I mean Ethernet's getting lapped a couple times by now. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you gotta keep
I
Big Etho in business.
mean the purpose of Ethernet is not even keeping up now. Like,
Of course not. But the point is, this is one of those scenarios where we are proving that we don't need something, but nobody's gonna say it.
oh gosh.
People will try to justify something, right? But when like we said, it's been lapped multiple times already, and nobody's talking.
Lapped is an understatement, man. This did you never watched what was it? The Marvels what was it Winter Soldier?
I
Captain
did. I
America
got
Winter
bored.
Soldier?
I got bored.
Well, there's a funny scene in there where the black guy he's running at the mall. He's running around the reflecting pool in DC. And Captain America is literally just running past him, and he keeps saying, "On your left," and run past him. And he comes back. He goes literally runs around the whole thing, comes back again, and says, "On your left again," and runs past him again. This is pretty much what Thunderbolt and USB 4 has basically done.
And
It took
Fiber did a
Ethernet
long
and
time ago.
basically lapped it.
And Fiber did it a long time ago.
Yeah. Well,
So I just want people to imagine a future where we start to get to these really high data rates. At some point, you may be using USB-C for your networking or using an actual fiber from your router instead of Ethernet anymore. As
but
we
you
start
know what?
into the next 30 years.
But
Because
here's
at
the
some
thing. Here's the
point,
thing.
think about it. You're going from fiber to an ONU, switching to an Ethernet.
Yeah. I mean, you're basically slowing your system down as you're converting downward.
There you go. So as we start to push into these crazy data speeds that people are going to want 25 years from now, Ethernet ain't going to hack it. And even if it does, it's only going to hack it for extremely short distances. It can't do it for the long haul. Which is why even now,
it basically just doubled itself.
Have you seen how Linus did his whole house with the gaming setup?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
He actually ran fiber optic through his house.
Oh no!
And he's using fiber networking to link the stuff together. You ain't see that?
No, I have not.
Okay,
you're gonna have to send me that link.
So what he's basically what he's doing is he has all the gaming stuff in a closet. Okay. Yeah. The way he gets the video, your keyboards and everything, and all your stuff, way he gets those signals back to the gaming PC is via fiber.
So basically, you know what? I think I have seen that one.
Exactly.
where he basically just turns his server into his end all be all everything.
Yes. So think about it. If you want to send 4K, gaming with the least lowest amount of ping and or jitter and whatever you want to call it, fluctuations in the system, you don't really want to do that with Ethernet.
No,
you want it
you
as smooth and fast as possible, which is why I say fiber is actually the future in home networking, not Ethernet. Ethernet's going to die as time goes on, and we get into higher and higher data use on things. Think about
let me ask you this question.
Yeah, well, before I'll be finished. You know, there's already USB-C cables that run on fiber.
No, I didn't know that.
There's USB-C cables that are only USB-C at the end. In the middle is fiber.
But they're fiber
exactly. Exactly.
Now, ready? What's an Ethernet cable?
Oh.
I never seen that before.
Whatever, Brandon.
It's that thing that you asphyxiate.
Wait. That's the thing that goes in the back of the phone.
Not the phone. No,
that's that thing you be choking Mitchell with when you're on top.
We tried. You know what? We went the whole podcast without it.
You asked for it. You asked for it.
Oh Lord.
Anyway,
we went a whole podcast before without it. But no, look. So okay. So do you think that that's what they're gonna do with this version of USB-C? Is basically like the connections at one end, at the other end, basically just translates it from wire to fiber. You can run it longer distances and then convert it back again.
Exactly. There's things. There's way. That's what I'm saying. This stuff is already out there. Even for example, even the freaking VR headsets are using a fiber with USB-C. You didn't see that?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, dog.
I haven't seen that.
It's a thing already, dog. It's not.
Man.
What's the next subject, bro?
Well, you know what the next subject is? Okay, so
here it is. Fiber optic. 120. Was it fiber optic? 100-foot USB to fiber. 48 gigabits per second. 120 hertz. USB 3.1 with fiber.
Yo, pull that up.
Say what?
Do you have that on your screen?
Oh, this is on Amazon. You can buy these cables already. They're already a thing. That's what I'm getting at. This ain't some special new product. It's already been around. It's already here.
You know what, Brandon? I'm glad you're here, sir. I'm glad. You know why?
The reason why I'm asking because I can't be here much longer for a bit.
All right, not a problem. You're gonna answer this one though before you go.
Make it pronto.
Give me a second. What's up with your boy Tim, man? What's up with your boy?
Tim Cook says buy your mom an iPhone if she wants it to end green bubbles.
What's up with your boy, man? He getting out of hand.
Them old Hallmark people don't care for stuff.
What's going on with your boy? Tim Cook basically acting real hood right now. He was like, "Yo, we don't talk about that stuff around here. Make her buy an iPhone." Do you really want all of us? You being a person who's on an iPhone, do you really want all of us on the same platform with you?
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna be straightforward.
What's up?
I've had iOS 16 for literally a week almost, and I'm bored of it. It's literally like Kris Jenner getting Botox again. Like, I'm fucking bored of it.
Look. Understand something. So you're telling me that you're not happy to be able to send a message, realize you made a mistake, and then retract the message before somebody else is able to see said message? You're not happy about that?
Well, actually, I had that problem today with freaking Google, but that's another story.
What do you mean you had that problem with Google today?
He almost uploaded a video.
Because you sent a message and it went to SMS instead of regular.
He had to cannibalize the whole thing because he didn't want that Mitchell video getting out. That's all.
Oh gosh. No radio, prime form, huh? Crime form.
Well,
saw it,
anyway,
Brandon.
okay. So getting straight to the point, like
Do you really
I
want all of it? You
like
want everybody?
it's really becoming old.
What's getting old?
I like the only thing that keeps me from going to Android again is FaceTime and iMessage. My two favorite apps.
And I
Mm.
barely use either of them.
Hey, Brandon, I think that you're on Google Meet more than you are on FaceTime. Maybe okay, so maybe not in your outside of your personal life, maybe.
I mean, on my personal life, I use iMessage religiously.
Mm. But I'm just saying,
But
man, like,
I mean,
but
I
what I'm trying to understand from
outside of
Tim
this,
Cook is basically saying that,
outside of
yo,
community, I don't know anybody that uses Google Duo or any of that.
Because you only talk to people with iPhones.
Basically,
Exactly.
but do you want all of us to be on the iPhone with you? Is that what you're saying?
no.
Because I mean, imagine. Because you want you want me to be up on iPhone complaining and talking about how bad iPhone is for a free
No,
spirited mind like how I have. I don't think you want me to be an
I'm gonna be
Apple user.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Edmund. If you were an Android and like we were close, I probably would never freaking text you, bro. I probably would blow up your phone calling you.
Oh no, I just say something. What I'll end up doing is be happy to be my little green bubble. That's what I'll be happy to do. I'm happy to be the green bubble, but Tim Cook is basically throwing major shade at green bubbles right now. Major shade.
I mean, it's his operating system. I mean,
Yeah, but here's the thing: they're the only operating system, and keep this in mind, the only one that Americans actually like for the most part, because now they over 50%. But the rest of the world don't care. Everybody else using WhatsApp and
they don't
Facebook,
care. I
and
mean, if you really think about it, you're the only two operating systems we have on mobile is technically Android and iOS.
that's
That's all
true.
we. I mean, Windows disappeared.
Windows,
They might change
Windows,
Windows would have supported RCS.
yes, Windows would have had support RCS.
and Apple still would have not cared.
Exactly.
But my
So
question
the
to
next
you is
time you
this:
complain
is
about somebody sending you a picture from a non-iPhone, you complain about the quality, just know it was the Apple's decision.
Apple made this decision
Apple
for
made
you?
that decision, nobody else.
Yeah, I was just curious
I
about how
want
your
to say
mind thought,
something.
Brandon.
I don't want to say it.
No. Speak your mind, sir. Speak it. Your mind is
Okay, okay. I'll speak mine. I hate iPhone when people don't know how to mess with this thing to upload the full resolution on the freaking iMessage.
don't you use AirDrop or something?
No, not
No,
the
like I'm talking about for iMessage.
Oh, wait. Y'all still send crappy videos to each other, even though y'all have the quote unquote superior
Well,
operating system?
sometimes it's a hit or miss.
Oh, I would
Like
have never
sometimes,
thought that.
yeah, like sometimes iMessage will upload. I will send like very, very, very compressed images.
What, to another iPhone user?
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen?
I don't know, dude.
Brandon, they're gonna slip in your window and slit your throat.
Yeah,
Tell them.
man. Understand. Look, I do believe that we're gonna have to be on you know, Apple controversy watch for you, sir. I don't look.
Dude, like
I don't want you to all of a sudden
like
wake up.
I said before,
I don't want you to all of a sudden wake up and you find you have an Android phone next to you and you've been kicked out of the group. I'm just saying, you
no, but
might be
like
distraught.
honestly, Evan, I maybe in the next 2 years, I probably get an Android as a secondary phone.
I mean, there's nothing that stop you from kind of dipping your toes into either one
So,
either right now.
the only thing is from the only thing that stops me from getting it is that it's really damn expensive. But
Not on eBay.
I would never have it as my primary.
Wait, but not on eBay though. Like
Huh?
you can get a flagship
I
3 years
I
ago.
don't like buying things off eBay or used.
Oh Lord, I forgot. My bad. I
I I
forgot that
I
you don't do that.
I like my serial number to see the day of purchase.
Fred is more bougie than me.
In his defense, I won't buy a phone from eBay either.
Oh,
It is because I don't trust the sellers.
Yeah, I don't either.
They'll sell you
hey,
a free
look,
locked phone, dog. I ain't got time for all of that.
I
In my it's too valuable to do all that stuff.
I haven't had a whole lot of issues buying on eBay, but that's just me. I sometimes I watch, I read the seller's information, seeing what what their relationships been with their customers. Normally, normally when somebody doesn't leave a review, that means that the people are pretty satisfied. It's the ones that leave a
Dude,
review
honestly,
that you
I
actually
won't
have to
even
say
buy
something.
stuff from Amazon because most of the stuff don't even last, and those reviews to me are all fake.
Brandon, so you carry yourself to the local mall all the time?
Yes, I support the scientific fields
Man, I don't know, man.
and the Target.
But let's just talk about something else.
RJ,
What's exciting about the new Samsungs coming up?
what's
Nothing.
exciting?
Nothing is
Nothing.
exciting.
I mean, what
Exactly.
they the Snapdragon Gen 2 is
And they
going to
make
let you
I really
aggregate
would like to.
four
bro,
NR bands
I, I
together.
bro,
I really
they're
would like
making
to
the
see
new
how they'll
phone
do this.
bigger, but the bezel's bigger too. Same screen, bigger phone. Explain that one. Have you not seen that?
No, I haven't seen that.
The new S23 has larger bezels than before, and the whole phone is also bigger.
Oh, I know why. So here's the thing. Now that they'll say something like, "Oh, there's technology inside the phone,"
They're full
but
of crap.
then, but then what ends up happening is they'll start shrinking the bezel, and then that will be a new feature after
No,
about 2 or 3 years.
that's why I say, I didn't get excited for the S22 because I didn't see anything special about it. Not really excited for the 23 neither, dog.
No, Brady, can I ask you? Well, no. Can I ask for your prediction? Do you think Samsung will make a foldable plus Ultra?
A foldable Ultra.
Yes.
I've been waiting on it. Ain't seen it yet.
I mean, they technically could do it now. I just don't. I feel like they don't want to cannibalize what they got going on right now.
Well, they got to do something to spice it up because they're
They
turning
could
into Apple
easily
right now. They're turning into
be,
Apple.
because they already got rid of their note line. They got rid of the note line and put
I
the
don't.
foldables
Okay,
in place.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. They want flagship money for the current Z Fold, but it ain't a flagship. It does have the flagship chip, but it don't got flagship battery. It's got flagship screen size, no flagship battery. That's my biggest problem with it. They're too worried about trying to make it thin that they're not packing a good battery in the damn phone. I would have jumped for a Z Flip 4 if it would have came with even if it would just had a 4500 milliamp. I'd have jumped on that.
Well, they only went up 50 milliamp
Ain't nobody
more.
got time for that.
Uh,
That would have been. I actually want a flip phone. Like I want a flip phone. Samsung is not making the flip phone that I want, and neither is Motorola.
Well, Motorola's coming closer to the actual flip phone than Samsung is. They keep flirting with this little screen on the front. They want this little screen to do everything, but they don't want to give you enough screen to actually make it viable.
But the inside screens are big enough on the new Samsung. On the Samsung, it's just the battery ain't. You see how big the screen is on the new one? It's like 6.7.
How big is the Ultra?
6.8. It's close enough.
Yeah, 6.8.
It's close enough on the screen size, but the battery is what's lacking. This time they didn't cheat us on the processor. They actually put the Gen 1 in it, but they skimped on the battery.
Shame.
Because they're trying to keep the phone thin. I will take it being a little bit thicker to get a bigger battery, dog.
But see, you know what? Let me ask you that. That's a good question, though. And if anybody else is out there, put it in the comments below. Do you really need a thin phone? Do you really need a phone that's super thin? Not big, thin.
Thin. Do you need it to be thin?
No.
Super thin. Exactly.
Because I mean, people slap cases on these phones. I mean, like, that purple that's coming out for the 14, right? It's a very nice color, but nobody's gonna see it.
If we make the phone thinner, I feel that we're sacrificing what could be better on the phone.
Well, of course you're sacrificing.
They put a 3,700 milliamp hour battery in it. It's what they got in it. They needed to put a 45 minimum. They'd have done that. I'd have bought it. It's got everything else down. It's got the storage that you got great storage options. It's got the best processor, but they skipped on the battery.
Okay, understand something. Different pockets are made by different people, man. Unless you wear skinny jeans, I don't think a regular phone's gonna fit your pocket regardless. But
I don't wear skinny jeans, so I'm a grown ass man. I don't need everybody to see my testicles.
Oh,
that they're there.
Hey man, the exemption is skinny jeans, dog.
I ain't worried about them skinny jeans punks. They can put an iPhone mini in their little pockets. I ain't got time for them.
Your Twitter must be on fire, sir.
Wait. How big do you see if they were to make an Ultra Fold?
What do you mean?
I really don't see them doing it, man.
They need to.
I really don't see them doing it.
They need to call it a Z Flip. They need to call it the Z. They can look. They don't even got to be a S. It can still be a Z. Just call it the Z Flip 4 Ultra. Or Z Flip 5 Ultra. Have an Ultra model. Make it an option. Everybody said we was crazy when we wanted big phones 8-9 years ago. Now everybody's got a daggone big phone.
That's true.
So that's all I'm saying.
I was rocking it. I was rocking it before everybody else. The terminology was it was called a
phablet. Yeah, they told me I was walking around with a 42-inch flat screen on my ear. I remember getting picked on because I had a Nokia Lumia 1520. And when you go back, that phone ain't even big by today's standards.
The original Note is small at today's standards.
Exactly.
That thing looks tiny in comparison. And then if you go back and look at the iPhone 4, man, it looks like a toy.
Samsung, get at your boy. If y'all decide to make a Z Flip Ultra, get at your boy.
They're not going to, man.
Otherwise, don't waste my time.
On my on my Fold 4, they kept the same footprint and stretched the screen inside of it. The front screen, not the inside screen. The front screen, they stretched it, right? Within the same bezel length. They just added more screen. But it's they're doing little things while the rest of they already see the formula is already there. People like it. I literally have customers in my car that see my phone and go, I've never seen it in person. It looks nice. What about the first thing everybody says is, what about the crease in the middle? Which I don't know why people fascinate over that. That crease don't do nothing.
I just don't want a phone that big. Because my thing is too. So here's the thing. What's the size of the outside screen right now?
It's 6.3 inch.
To me, that's too small.
It is, and I agree.
Yeah,
they need the size of the Ultra needs that's the screen size for the outside. But I'm telling you, I really feel like they're holding that back whenever Apple decides to get into the game.
Well, they're going to hold themselves back so long that they're going to lose customers. So congratulations, Samsung. You're playing yourself.
I mean,
You're
we
supposed to
look
be
at
ahead
it.
of the game.
You might look at it like that, but look at it from
They're
this
supposed to
standpoint,
be
right?
ahead, not playing tit for tat. They're
No,
supposed to
no,
be ahead. That
but
was the whole
look at it
argument
from
for
this
Android is
standpoint.
how far ahead they were. When they start getting behind, now we're joking. It's a joke now.
Well, here's the thing. Look at it from this standpoint, right? Whenever Apple decides to get into the folding game, Samsung's already been in it for so long that those manufacturing issues that they might have came up that might have gave them low yields. They've already mastered it now. The only thing
I
they
mean,
did
that's
was
cool.
do an iteration.
But what I'm telling you is the biggest ball they've dropped is the flip, not the fold.
Mm.
The flip is the ball drop, dog. Telling you, that phone, if they would have had that phone with complete flagship specs from day one, it would have flew off the damn shelves. You wouldn't have been able to keep them. Promise you.
Mm.
You wouldn't have been able to keep them on the shelves. But they nickel and dime the first one in. Now they almost gave you a flagship. That's what makes me so mad about it. They almost gave you a true flagship. They just slacked on the battery.
Well, all right. Look, I just think that until Apple gets into the game, I think that this is just Samsung playing,
but
refinement.
Remember, the battle, what you got to realize, for me, the Android guy, it's not a battle between Samsung and Apple. The battle don't exist in my world.
Oh, not in your world, and
which
not
is why
in
it doesn't
sense.
benefit me for them to wait on Apple. I don't care.
I'm
just saying, if you're already a hardcore Android person, you're not really weighing what Apple's doing. So Samsung giving a damn what Apple's doing. What I'm saying is most of the Apple customers ain't coming back no way. So why the hell are you going to try to battle Apple? There is no battle to be fought. You're fighting a wall. True. That's what I'm saying. It's not a battle.
That's true, but here's the thing.
You're not competing.
Samsung
and Apple don't compete. They don't compete at all.
But look, our conversation with Brandon already proved that point, that he don't care nothing about foldables right now.
Yeah.
But wait until the God company decides to do it.
I get that part, which is you're just making more reasons why it doesn't matter if Apple does it or not. What I'm saying is Samsung ain't going to win no brownie points by bringing out some special feature after Apple. They will win no brownie points for that. That's all I'm saying. What does Samsung stand to gain by caring what Apple's doing? Nothing.
But they know they're gonna copy them.
But it doesn't matter.
It's coming. Like look, it's coming. It passes prologue. Understand? As much as me and you would love for them to go ham on this.
They're arguing with Apple now about damn RCS. Google it.
Right.
Well, Apple basically told them, we don't.
Hold up. Say it again.
Apple basically told them it doesn't matter. We don't care. We don't care, right?
You fell inside of your couch, sir.
Hear me?
A little bit.
Yeah. What I'm saying
there you
is, Samsung, both Samsung, Google, everybody needs to stop worrying about what they're going to do to compete against Apple because there is no competition.
Look, but
they need to figure out how to be their own Apple, not compete with Apple. Apple is playing the game of Apple only competes with themselves.
That's true.
Every time these companies try to compete with Apple, it makes them look desperate. That's what I'm saying. There is nobody who was looking at a Z Flip or a Z Fold and saying, "Do I get that or an iPhone?" Nobody was having that conversation with themselves.
No, and I would.
My point exactly.
Anybody who looks at it, they don't get a chance to get their hands on or see it in the wild.
But they still don't care. They still wouldn't care. For the same reason Brandon just told you. They don't give a damn how cool the phone is. They want iMessage. It's an imaginary war, sir. The war ended like 9 years ago. And basically Samsung needs to worry about competing with Samsung. Think about it. Samsung don't even have competition in the Android space.
No, they don't. I mean, LG was the last holdout, and that died with the LG wing, the chicken wing.
That means the war is over. People have chosen their sides. No special product is going to bring a fleet of freaking Apple users in the bottom, which is why competing with Apple will bring up. all I'm saying, dog. It's a fake war. You know, kind of like the war on drugs.
Yeah, hey, that's
Not
for
real.
another time, sir. That
It's not
that
real.
is for another time. Of course, it's not real, but of course not.
It's saying we can go overseas, take over a country in 2 weeks, but we can't situate drugs in the U.S. Yeah, right. But you know, yeah, real big war you're fighting there.
If y'all
That's
want
a,
to hear more, if y'all want to hear more of the real world life life livings of No Radio, please follow him at No Radio on T-Mobile, not T-Mobile, sorry, on Twitter.
Samsung needs to become bougie and bougie themselves to themselves. Don't worry about Apple's doing. And that's how Samsung.
That's true.
They dropped that S23 and they pull this BS where they make the bezels larger and it's basically the same freaking phone with a new processor. No one's going to care. And it's not going
But
to
you know
sell.
what? Well, you know what? See, this is the problem I have, right? And I say this to customers that have iPhones and different things. And I said this. I said that you could tell that people in Cupertino use Apple products, right? You will not find a Windows computer inside of Cupertino, right? It's Apple or nothing. But I bet $1 to a doornail that if I walked into Samsung's HQ, I would find MacBook Pros all over the place. Because why? Because some Samsung doesn't feel that their product is good enough to be used by even their own execs. Like they're not using them to the point that they want to believe that they have a good ecosystem to live in.
I would argue that it's based on the department you're talking about. So the advertising department, yes, they're going to be on MacBooks. The actual people that are doing software engineering and all that, they're going to be on Windows computer stuff.
Yeah, well, you talking about for Apple? Because not for Apple.
The real work is getting done on Windows computers. The like graphic design and public view, like website stuff, might be being done on Apple, but all the backroom app development, yeah, still on Windows.
So then, why build a PC with $1,000 wheels on it, and you spec it out to 54 grand for you just not to do anything with it? Like that's their own design. You don't think they're using it?
We're talking about Samsung having MacBooks.
Oh, and
You're saying you would find Apple computers at Samsung. I say you would, but it would be in specific departments. It wouldn't be every department.
but that's the thing. I'm just saying that you just said that they're gonna have to be bougie. Hey, get rid of all them Apple computers, even in your.
That doesn't matter. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about what they got at headquarters. I don't care if they got Linux at the headquarters. That doesn't matter. I'm talking about stop trying to compete with a company. Okay, that's like they're trying to fight somebody who don't want to fight.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. That's like the kid that ain't done nothing to you. You keep pushing him. He don't really care what you're doing. You just keep messing with him. You just bullying him, but he don't want to fight. Apple doesn't want to fight. They just want to do Apple's thing and la in their world. When Samsung is over there trying to pick a fight all the time, it's a joke because Apple don't care. So they're like the annoying
Google picked the fight, and then you can see they don't care.
Exactly my point.
They benefit from the world being in chaos.
There is no war or competition between iPhone and Android anymore. There is no war.
Oh, it was nice while it lasted.
Think about it. They just passed 50%. What's that tell you? That's pity. Nobody really won. Nobody really lost. They're just kind of out here. Think about it. It ain't 70-20, 80-20. I'm sorry, 70-30, 80-20. It's 50-50. Everybody done pick their side. And there's just like a wall in the middle. And every now and then somebody throws something at the wall. But half people on the other side of the wall don't even realize something just going.
What's up, PA? No, hey, look, I agree with you. I just feel like, what we're seeing is these small little iterative changes, and we're not going to see major change anymore. Because remember, I think that we're actually at max phone. Like there's nothing else that you can do to the phone short of making it levitate before it hits the ground that would make it be a feature that people are going to want it.
Oh yeah, and that's not at like Apple's little island thing wasn't done by LG already. That's another thing.
Oh,
yeah.
But
anyway,
dang, no radio. Dang.
Hear about that?
No, I forgot about that.
LG did something like Apple's just taking LG's playbook now.
The little island peel. But now speaking of different wars, okay. Nice little. I hope this is a good segue. Speaking of wars, right? But last night, what's the last night? The night before last, when we were talking about. Hold on. When we were talking about VR, right?
Yep.
So Sony has decided that thou shalt not play old games on new hardware. And this is why I haven't gotten into the whole VR space yet. So Sony says PS VR games version 1 are not compatible for version 2. So if you made an investment when it first came out, Sony just basically did a middle finger to you and all your beloved games that you might have spent on old hardware. And this is the reason why I am reluctant to jump into the VR game.
It's also why I'm reluctant to jump into consoles again.
Well, consoles are dead now. That's just my personal opinion. Consoles are dead. Like Microsoft, Sony. Microsoft, it's like Sony can't even keep up with demand right now. And I don't think they want to.
Sony is the reason why I bought a newer gaming PC. Because when I was going out to try to find the freaking PS5, they wanted just as much as I could build a gaming PC for. I said, well, screw that. Gaming PC it is.
Hold on. Before we go any further on the VR, Cade, I always RAM on iPhones. I'm sorry. That's my whole spiel. But
okay,
I'm just saying
there's no war. If you agree that there's no war anymore, it's all just marketing crap for no reason.
Look, war. Those type of wars is what sells stuff. Like you had, Windows versus Apple. Remember the white background where they had the old white dude next to the spiffy young chap. That's how you sell stuff.
What I'm saying is that used to be. Most people have settled on their side already.
Boo. Well, I feel that until VR headsets become universal, I don't really feel like jumping into this game right here. I really don't. I really don't want to go and buy a Sony headset for just Sony products, not to be able to try it on somebody else's stuff. Because Sony's stuff might not be the best. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like the whole console wars, right? There was a YouTuber that did like all the consoles through Sony's history. And I had a Nintendo, I had a Super Nintendo, and I had a 64. What made me leave Nintendo? Because Nintendo wasn't trying no more. They wanted me to still be a 4-year-old thinking that the little boink, boink, boink was going to keep me around. It wasn't. I was playing Tekken on Sony, 3D graphics.
Yep.
And then, I didn't never think about Sega Genesis because, the only thing only claim to fame that Sega Genesis had was Sonic, and wasn't really a Sonic fan.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat ended up coming over to Sony.
Yeah, but way later.
That's true.
I didn't say, but you got to realize the Sega wasn't in competition with the PlayStation. No. Saturn dropped, and you only could get the games. I think it was 7 games came with it, but you couldn't get any more games because the development fell through when the Saturn came out.
Right. But it
was actually better but the developers didn't develop for it.
But that's the thing, like we live in an age now where you can get all the specs, you can get a whole bunch of people's opinion about said console, about said anything very fast. Where 20, 30, 40 years ago, when Nintendo came out with a console, I didn't even know that the Sega Genesis exists until my cousin visited me and he was playing Sonic the Hedgehog on another console. I'm like, what's this? I'm like, what is this? Oh, this is Sonic. And it looked okay, but it wasn't something that made me go, dag, I really need to get this thing. I mean, what? Before I had a Nintendo, I had the Commodore.
You ancient artifact.
Yes.
I actually want a Commodore 64.
Hey, bring that old back, man. Bring that old thing back.
I want it for music processing.
Good God.
Yeah, I want a Messiah unit, man. I want a Commodore 64 with a Messiah. I can get a Messiah. I can't get a Commodore to save my life.
Oh, no, you understand something. Unless you get it inherited to you, those things are treated like God toys right now.
Or actually, you can actually buy a Messiah third party now. So,
But I'm just saying, like with VR, right? As much as I would like we were discussing it, like how you can have your couch part of the VR game and all these different things, all these cool things, like Sony has their Rumble feature built into the helmet or the VR itself. These things are nice, but it is a one product for one product only type play, right? Like I can't do that no more. I can't sink money into one path anymore. That's just me.
I agree.
It's unheard of. I mean, the reason why I play cloud gaming is I can shift between them. I don't have to buy a special laptop to play Xbox cloud gaming. I don't have to buy. It's all the web. It's HTTPS. Bam! I just put in the website name. I go to Amazon Luna. Boom! I'm playing. I go to I go to Google Stadia. Boom! I'm there. Same thing with Xbox. I don't have to buy dedicated hardware to play dedicated game anymore. That's crazy now. And VR is running in that same thing. Now, I remember you telling me that you could take the Oculus Quest and plug it into a computer. Okay. But are developers developing for those open standards now? That's my question.
Plays into all of it. But let's just keep in mind, when we talk about PlayStation, half the games are now available on PC too, even the Sony exclusive stuff.
Oh gosh.
They're already going that route.
But here's the thing. In this article, they basically just destroyed any progress of anybody who wanted to upgrade. You basically just tell people like, hey, yeah, I'm glad that you decided to jump on board early on so we can continue our development, but your investment means nothing. I mean, come on. That hurts more than anything. That hurts a lot. Like, come on, man. Remember when Microsoft came out with the Xbox One and Sony came out with the PS4, what hurt Microsoft was they told people like, yo, you're going to have a persistent internet connection. The internet lost its mind. Collectively lost its mind. Like, I mean, the online forums were on fire. And then Sony comes out and knew that the online forums were on fire and they were like, they had the CEO of Sony. He was like, "This is how you loan games to your friend. Here, friend." I was like, "Oh God!" I was like, "Oh, that is so wrong."
Yeah, but as soon as you put the game in, you got to down 100 gig freaking update file.
Hey, look, that's called you're gonna have to discover that on your own, sir. Hey, look. Here's the thing, and not to get into the whole war between like cloud gaming and console gaming, but really, nobody owns their games anymore, until you go back to like what before there was an internet connection, almost PS2. Even you could probably still play PS2 games today because a lot of them was still not server side yet, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you had to download patches and stuff, that's when you lost all control. As soon as you had that day one patch that was like 250 megabits per second, 250 megs, and then it grew, like that's when you lost your game. You paid money for access. That's all you did.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're going back down the same road with VR. It's, oh, the games are never really yours, but I'm glad for your money, your financial investment in our services. Have a nice day.
But it goes back. They stopped making profit on the consoles a long time ago.
Yeah.
The money is in the downloadable content. The money ain't even in the console anymore.
That's true.
That's the reason why, because they cannot make a profit on these consoles. Once they started trying to put all this high tech, high end stuff into these consoles, now they got to figure out a way to monetize. So they'll take a loss on the console, but you got to buy all the extra crap.
Mm.
You get in the game, and the game ain't even fun unless you buy this little pack, and then you got to buy the online pass. It's saying that's what happened.
Hey, look, I'm not particularly against that model because understand, if you really want a open world or the world to be updated, developer costs. The days of getting a whole bunch of money up front are over. I mean, look at what happened with Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was in development for 6 years. Came out on day one and couldn't be played on anything. What was your investment for? I mean, that's the worst case scenario right now.
Well, it couldn't be played on console.
Couldn't be played on older consoles. Yes. And it was buggy at best on other things.
And it runs beautifully setup though.
It does what?
Runs beautifully on the setup though.
Oh yeah, your setup because you're on PC, sir. Hashtag PC Master Race. But I'm just saying in general that the days of dedicated hardware for me is over. Like I can't see myself ever buying. Whenever I have kids, I am never buying them a Nintendo product. Never, never, ever, 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 ever. They could cry until their eyeballs fall out of their head. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't even think it.
Heck, I'm still laughing at the Switch. I think the Switch is a joke.
It is. Look, the Steam Deck for me. Like, understand, I've done a couple of videos on the Steam Deck. Like, it's trying to fulfill a need that really you're gonna have to go cloud to be able to solve. Me personally, people want portability. I understand, but the hardware is not there. You can't have all day battery life and still be connected to the web and do everything, all these nice, cool things you want to do. Our technology is not at that point yet.
Well, the main thing. So, what is that new thing out that you can get for iPhone and Android? It's a controller. You can get it for your Xbox or your PlayStation.
Yeah.
And you just, which I was already doing this, but they're taking it to the next level. Basically, you just stream it from your console that's at the freaking house.
Yeah, but
your Steam Deck needs to take advantage of that.
That's true.
Your PC. You need to make your Steam Deck link to your full-fledged PC versus you playing a dumbed down version of the game because the little processor can't handle it on the mobile setup. Just stream it from your freaking gaming PC.
Yeah.
Basically, you becoming your own cloud. If you already got a gaming PC set up at home and you want to play away from home, there you go.
That's true. That is true.
Still maintain all your PC things you want to do, like modify the game and stuff. Still maintain all of those things that you can't do on a cloud.
Oh, look, understand something. I can tell you this. Anybody who can solve this problem, all you got to do is pull the sim world into mobile, like legitly pull them to mobile. It'll be just like the porn industry, dog.
Oh, Jesus.
It would. Look, man, my wife plays Sims. If she could find a way to play mobile, she would do it in a heartbeat. She would invest whatever it took to get it done. She would. Because all that investment that they put into the game at home, they want to take it on the go, but they can't do it. They spend literally hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, all collectively for just little packs all the time, and then they put mods on all day long. But hey, Brandon, are you here?
Wait,
sir?
what are y'all talking about?
We were talking about VR. And do you think that VR is ready for prime time?
That's funny how you mentioned that because I was actually talking to Shay about that earlier, and I don't feel that. I know that I
Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's too young, and I mean, I guess a lot of people don't really care for it right now because I guess a lot of people aren't really educated on how it actually works. And
Well,
most people probably think it's kind of weird to have all on your face.
well, here's the thing. I mean, anything that submerges you deep inside of their own technology is going to be awkward to anybody. I mean, the thing is you can actually visit other worlds and play different games. I mean, when No Radio was explaining to me how what goes on in Cyberpunk, I mean that's pretty much the futuristic extension of what the world is going to. People want to be able to live their fantasies. Well, what's the closest thing you can do right now? Strap some goggles to your face, put your hand in some controllers, and have at thee. I mean, you know that they got a omnidirectional treadmill that lets you kind of walk in place, but kind of be still moving around.
Mm.
And then, like for first person shooters, they let you what is it? They let you put a vest on that makes you feel rumble in your chest and in different vital spots. So it's kind of like playing super tag in real life. So I mean, the technology is coming along. My problem was hardware that's proprietary to one vendor. I don't want to be sitting here trying to buy the omnidirectional one, but it only works for Meta, but it doesn't work for HTC. That's where I'm. Look, the technology is still too new for
Yes.
for it. That's just me. But hold on 1 second. Is No Radio still here? Oh no, he dropped out. So Brandon, let me ask you a question. How do you
Uh-huh.
feel about DirecTV and the Sunday Ticket?
I like the question. I feel that it's in an old place and it needs to be out of a satellite dish.
Well, DirecTV keeps
Oh,
fumbling it. Apparently, as they start to, this is the last season they're gonna have it. They're
right.
not doing so hot with it.
Yeah, I agree.
So subscribers can't see NFL games that they're paying for.
I mean, most people probably just get NFL Red Zone through their TV video provider. But I I would want for the NFL Sunday Ticket to be on YouTube versus playing Apple TV, ESPN Plus, or Amazon Prime Video.
Hmm, that's a bold statement, sir. Why would you say that?
Because if you just get it on YouTube, then you just pay the $300 straight to them, and you don't have to purchase a subscription or whatever.
Hmm, I just think
But
that
if you get it, I mean, if you have to sign up for Apple TV, they're gonna make you. I mean, Apple TV, Amazon Prime, ESPN, or whatever. Then you're probably never going. Oh, here's a radio.
well, I mean, here's the thing. It the what was it? The news articles were talking about how like Apple was in the running to get DirecTV, or not DirecTV, but that Sunday Ticket, right?
Right?
But the thing is would Apple be open, or are they going to just be closed off and proprietary the way the DirecTV was about the Sunday Ticket? You couldn't get service unless a technician came out to your house to make sure you couldn't even get a dish, and you couldn't even get service. Like they need to make sure that you couldn't do it. Like that's crazy.
I mean, we are in the day and age where we're tired of all that. We deserve better, but obviously the sports teams and the broadcasters want an arm and a leg and stuff like that. And I mean, like same thing like we've talked about before, like how cable everybody wanted streaming service because it'd be cheaper, and here we are, what, 4 or 5 years later, and it's more expensive than people wished.
Well,
Yep.
because the thing is they didn't realize what they were asking for. I mean, come on. Hey, look, the people who worked in the cable industry, they automatically knew that ESPN was the kit and caboodle that was sitting there holding, like, trying to hold everything together. Everything ran through, ESPN. You know what I mean? But the cable company, they hit it with 500 channels. People were like, yo, I'm not walking around looking at 500 channels. I'm barely home. What am I going to do?
But you know what, Edmund? It's no different than when you pay for multiple. I mean, it's no different when you get these bundle subscriptions. You're not gonna watch all of the genres that are on there.
I'm not gonna watch nothing on Disney. I'm only gonna.
Exactly. Like I don't like I have Disney Plus. I don't care for Marvel. I don't care for them animals on National Geographic. I don't care for some little animal out in space or whatever in Star Wars.
Then why do you have Disney Plus?
Because I like the old. I mean, I like some of the old school movies and the shows.
And it's bundled.
Man,
I got it because it's bundled together.
Yeah,
the radio, you don't count. You
but
exist
I
in a
will
world
make a
that you
prediction.
exist in a world that's not obtainable by normal people.
What are you talking about? It's bundled together with Verizon. Well, that's retainable by anybody with get for play.
Hey, look, you got to first be able to afford a Verizon. There
Oh,
you go. But I'm just saying in general, like, I'll be glad when this nightmare is over. DirecTV has like literally, it's like
There is.
they're
I mean,
basically
the thing
saying we
is,
don't
the
care no
nightmare
more.
never ends.
But look, they're basically, You've had the Sunday ticket for
I'm
how
gonna be
long?
like, you know what, dude? It's no different than how the consumer wanted to save money on cord cutting, and bam, look where they're at now.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You've had the Sunday ticket for how long? All of a sudden, now you're starting to fumble it. Now you're starting to not be
But
able to
I mean,
serve
honestly, dude, I wouldn't
subscribers.
be surprised if it ends up being more expensive.
Mm.
Ding, ding, ding.
I mean, look, I'd rather it be expensive now and drop in price than to do what they've been doing now, where they came in at $7.99 and then all of a sudden every other week.
It will be more expensive because now people will have more access to it, and knowing that people have more access to it, these football players are going to want to get paid more money.
And that's fine. But
Everybody
I
wants
look, but
everybody in every section of every industry is getting more money. Therefore, everything will cost more.
Exactly.
I understand.
The cameraman got a raise. The video editor got a raise. The graphic design guy got a raise. The guy that sweeps the floor in the studio got a raise. Just saying.
Exactly. My point.
Look, my only thing is um the
I
reliability
mean,
of these
even the,
streaming
I mean, it's
services
even
have to
crazy
be a
to
lot better than
say.
what we're going through right now.
I mean, it's even crazy to say the regional sports channels are dying too.
Well, they're dying because people pay attention to more national stuff.
Well, I mean,
Look,
it's not that. It's just that people like those teams. I mean, those channels are very expensive.
yeah. I
I mean, I
mean,
think. Uh,
no, I'm just saying in general. Like that's the reason why everything goes to national news than it is local. Like your local news station barely hold on with
no, but I'm not.
fingers
I'm not.
gripping
I'm
the
not.
edge.
I'm not. Well, I mean, those are expensive too. They're an arm and a leg. But I'm saying the regional sports channels are so expensive. Even Charlie Ergen took that shit off. Like
Mm.
like Dish Network has no regional sports channels. The last ones they had were the NBC, formerly Comcast Sportsnet channels. They got rid of those.
It's hold on. So Sunday ticket if it's hosted party to watch football game and choose. ESPN Plus costs an arm and a leg, but you just want to see the fight. You just want to see fighting. You
I
don't care.
mean, yeah, ESPN Plus is going to get more expensive as it ages on.
Do
And
you think it's
speaking
gonna?
of
Do
the
you?
Disney property, I see Disney merging Hulu. I mean, Hulu and Disney Plus merging into one in the next couple of years.
Disney Plus and Hulu?
Hmm.
Ooh, don't say that, sir. Please don't say that.
I mean, they already do it in the UK.
Oh God, I don't need. Look, man,
Bro, I
I
know you
finally
want to
convinced
see
my wife
Grey's
to get rid of
Anatomy with
Hulu,
Family
man.
Guy.
Because Hulu was just a redundant. It was redundant in my whole streaming setup.
Don't you got to get more line, Keon?
Yes,
So it's included. What are you paying for it for? Again.
that Verizon line has always been on the chopping block. I refuse to get settled in with it. I feel like it's gonna be chopped off at any moment.
Bro, just downgrade once you get C-band in your area.
Hey man, I've been paying for C-band for over a year now. I ain't with no C-band yet. But I just look, do you think that when they get ready to finally take this away from DirecTV, that it's gonna be like the direct ticket, the Sunday ticket is gonna end up being astronomically high, or they're gonna lowball it, get a whole bunch of people on, and raise it up just like they've been doing everything else?
I actually see it being done by payments. or they might do a monthly subscription or a season.
But I'm talking about like do it the same exact way Disney Plus came in. It was like $5.99, and then
They will
everybody
never
jumped
go
onto
that
it. Then they
cheap.
kept.
See,
Then
that
They
they
is
will
gonna
never
go.
go that
Let's
cheap.
raise it up another $1. Let's raise it up another $1.
They will never do that.
nope.
Mm.
They know a diehard NFL fan will pay anything for it. So it's
Will.
like people will pay for that Canelo fight last night.
I'm telling you, it's mostly military people who don't live in the state where their team is.
Yeah.
Bet these people.
Yeah, hey, I mean, understand it's time. It's been past time for the NFL to finally realize what the internet is. It's just that the problem is, I'm just tired of seeing that same model over and over and over again. You know, you start off low, get a whole bunch of people on,
The
and
thing
then you
is
work it.
that
You
like
basically raise it
obviously
up. But go ahead.
the thing is that the consumer will never win. The only way
I
how the
hate the fact that
consumer will
you
never
telling the truth
win,
right now.
huh?
I said I hate the fact that you telling the truth right now.
The only way how the consumer would win is if the thing is dying.
I mean, look, was it Netflix is getting ready to have an ad model? You don't
People
think
are
that the
not
NFL is
going
going to
to
start
want
doing that too?
people. They're going to lose subscribers if they do end up doing a ad model. It even worse if they start doing shows weekly.
But you have the ability to watch your games anywhere, Darren. All you
No,
got
but
to
I'm
do is
talking
start
about
looking at
Netflix.
ads.
I'm talking about Netflix. I'm not talking about not the games
You're not
anymore.
talking about NFL. You talking
No,
about
I'm talking about
Netflix.
Netflix. I'm saying that if Netflix does an ad model and they end up doing a weekly thing, they're going to lose subscribers.
I mean, they already losing subscribers now.
They're trying
They're going to bleed.
do it so they can elongate subscriptions. So some people would only sign up to watch the new season and then watch it all and then leave. Whereas they do weekly, they have to stay for multiple months.
Right. And
Just
then
to
what was it? I was reading an article just recently, and it was on YouTube, how they said that YouTube wasn't on YouTube, but Netflix is getting away from the binge everything all the time. They're gonna make it where like you gotta come back every Tuesday or every Thursday to see the next episode.
Well, I mean,
And
it's
but
no
But
different than
Netflix
what
created a
Hulu
problem.
does.
I will join the boycott at that moment.
Really?
Yes.
Why would you join it?
I don't have time to sit down every week to watch some shit. I have limited time. I need to binge it and then do my business.
Then are you gonna do what everybody was doing when Game of Thrones was big? People did. I literally people didn't watch Game of Thrones that week, so they could have something to watch. Like they would binge watch it at near the end versus watching it every week whenever episode got dropped.
You're gonna have to wait for the whole season to finish just to go back and binge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
here's the
what?
thing:
What?
instead of but look at it from this
What?
standpoint. If you
So
have a 10 episode season, that's 10 weeks versus dropping all 10 episodes and
and
the
you,
person binge watch it and then they jump off your platform.
and you know what's happening, right? People on social media talking about it, messing it up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
But Edmund, another thing people will actually do is they'll wait for the season to end and they'll be like, "I'ma just wait."
Look, the last time I'm telling you, the last time I saw a national craze was Game of Thrones. I had people in my car, hop in my
Mm-hmm.
car, talking about it, and this is when they were doing like Uber pools. So strangers, total strangers who did not get in the ride together, were talking about Game of Thrones with each other. Okay, so that was the last between Game of Thrones and Pokemon Go. That was the last two major national things that people were doing together. How do you replicate that problem when you got streaming and everything? I mean, NFL is going to be the only one that's going to be able to do it. because their stuff is
Edmund,
live.
Edmund. If I were your cousin and you wanted to watch Game of Thrones, I probably would give you my password.
And I would thank you for it. But what I'm saying is
But that's what people do today.
yeah, that's exactly what people do today. But what I'm saying is there's more power in group where people are watching it together than it is you watching it whenever you feel like it. You feel more connected with somebody else watching the same thing you watching versus, oh, well, my Netflix library looks like this and your Netflix library looks like that. I'm telling you, have the conversation with somebody else. Ask them what they have on their Netflix. Totally different than yours. But at that moment when HBO had Game of Thrones going, everybody talked about it. Everybody. It was streaming like it was the
It was like the
watershed
Queen
moment.
Elizabeth, basically.
It was even more than that. More than that.
Yeah, I guess.
Look, man, we're talking about streaming parties at bars. Like, come on, when was the last time you saw a streaming party at a bar?
No, I hate those.
But that's exactly what was going on. Have you seen them since? No. There's nothing that people gravitate jointly around except for football.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm just saying that, I know radio said he's gonna boycott it. I'm just saying, man, at what extent is how do you bridge the two? You can still stream it if you stay as a customer for 10 weeks, or do you just let them have it all and then they watch all that beautiful content that took 10 weeks to make in one day, and then they bounce.
See, I don't bounce now because they have multiple shows that I can binge on different days.
Right, but have you noticed that Netflix is acting just like these major studios now?
If I got to start keeping a schedule to watch Netflix, I'm done.
I don't necessarily think you need to have a schedule. I just think
think about it. If you got 4 or 5 different shows, right?
4
or 5 different shows that you want to watch, right? And they all got seasons that just released, but you only get to watch one at a time. You now got to keep up with
if no Brady's gonna do all that, bro, he might as well just go back to linear TV.
I'd rather binge the whole thing and be done with it versus bouncing back and forth trying to follow 5 damn storylines for different days of the week. I don't got time for that.
But at the end, but here's the thing. But at the end of the storyline, at least all those shows are waiting for you when you decide to catch up.
So you got to realize it'll actually hurt Netflix numbers, right? So they calculate based on viewership what everybody's watching, right?
Right.
You binge those shows, you give them high viewership. When you're watching one show a week, it's actually gonna lower their watching hours per week.
But if they're trying to retain customers,
watch 10 hours, right? And they get to report, hey, this show's getting watched this many hours a day. This is a popular show. Whereas 1 hour, one show, one episode, that's just less viewership. It's going to convolute it to where it's not fun anymore.
I don't know, man.
It's going to give us all the problems of cable back. Which the reason why Netflix, literally, the term binge watch came from Netflix.
I mean, they're the ones that really just set the world on fire when it came to that.
My point. So they kill it now. They kill what makes Netflix great for me.
I'm just of the notion of this, right? I am starting to see exactly how Netflix is becoming a regular studio. Things that don't work, all of a sudden they axe it. Like things that I like, all of a sudden don't get a second, third, or fourth season because they didn't get enough streaming time early on.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Now imagine the first episode already drugged. You think I'm gonna come back next week to drag the next one? At least I got a chance to get into the show if I can go right to the next episode.
True.
I'm more likely not to come back, actually.
But look at what Disney Plus is doing. They're doing that now. They'll drop an episode a week.
Yeah, but I don't want Disney Plus either.
I mean, I do. I do. But here's the thing: it's still all about retaining the customer. if they, like I said, if you're able to just get everything you want and then bounce and put your account on pause,
But the point is,
Netflix can't use it, can't get any more money out of you.
people are doing that though.
What is it they're not doing?
Majority of people ain't bouncing because there's another come out the next week that you can binge.
I think that the whole streaming model is good for people who don't have enough time to be able to keep up with what's going on, but it's bad because literally people will only literally watch for that show and then leave. Especially if it gains enough traction, they're not going to sit around for the next 13, 14 months
But that's why you
waiting
have
for it to come back around again.
Right back in. This one in up. Cobra Kai season's in. Well, got to stay and watch that. Up the next season of this show's in. Got to stay and watch that.
That's true. I mean, hey, look, I got a whole bunch of stuff that I can't even got to yet.
You do the math too. That means they're going to release less shows in general.
But here's the thing: quality over quantity.
Yeah, but the quality.
I would love for it to be more quality, but Netflix got to put out more quantity.
They have a high quantity. You just ain't watching all of it.
Oh man, look, I know that my Netflix library looks very abysmal when it compares to yours, sir. Okay, look, you're watching Cobra Kai. I haven't even got started on that yet.
Ours is the only network, and Showtime was that I hate to wait for the other. But they come out the gate with fire because they know they got that one chance to.
I wanted to start binge watching and start watching what was it, the one from 50 Cent, what's the name of the TV show?
You behind.
I'm way behind.
There's like 4 the spinoffs.
Yes, I wanted to start watching it, just trying to find time, man.
Yeah, I still haven't watched Game of Thrones.
Between being a YouTuber and driving all the time and uploading videos, man, I barely have enough time to even think sometimes.
That's why you need the ability to binge.
And I understand. I've had Netflix since it was $7.99. So I'm not the one that all of a sudden grabs it, binge watch what I want and leave. I haven't done that at all. But people did do that.
Parents' Netflix account has never stopped. Mine has never stopped.
True. But here's the thing. How did Netflix get surpassed by Disney Plus?
You mean
people started leaving?
Well, that's because the people who were only there for the Disney stuff went to Disney.
That's true.
They went into their respective corners. When all the Disney stuff was on Netflix, they were at Netflix. When that stuff got pulled, they went to Disney. And they're fine. I'm fine with them being over there.
That's messed up.
Because you remember, you got 2 types of Netflix watchers, right? You got the people, they only come looking for stuff they already know about. And then you got people like me. I like to find stuff that I ain't never heard of.
And I agree. Hey, look, some of the documentaries on Netflix is actually very good. So I agree with you on that. It's just
I'm a documentary connoisseur. I just watched one yesterday about the anthrax.
Oh, good God! You going all the way back to 2001. But yeah, I'm just saying that streaming in general is going to be it's going to be kind of hard, especially now that DirecTV is about to give up the ghost. I'm kind of glad they're giving it up the ghost. Like, yo, you're not even going to try to fight for it? Nope. Goodbye then. Goodbye. All right, so I got one more article, and then I'll leave it to the room to what they want to talk about. I got one more, No radio. How do you feel about this, sir? I got your brief opinion. A major vendor, EVGA, is stopped making video cards and blames NVIDIA for bad behavior. Oh, he's not here. Brandon, you don't even know anything about EVGA, do you? I think Brandon's on mute. So, to give people the idea what's going on about this article, so EVGA, a titan in the PC component space. So, if anybody that's built computers before, they were one of the major video card makers in the industry, right behind NVIDIA themselves, which they put out their own cards, or AMD with the Radeons. So they're right up there. And the news broke, I think, the middle of this week when Gamers Nexus and Jay's 2 Cents. So if you follow their YouTube channel, they're some of the major guys in the industry that test, do X, Y's, and Z's to computer components. They broke the saying that EVGA was literally getting out of the graphics game. GPUs are not worth it for them anymore. Some of the reports were talking about how like NVIDIA wouldn't share drivers, they wouldn't update cards, they wouldn't share support, they wouldn't give them information when they needed. Like even like when you end up revealing like information on your new cards, EVGA was like, "Oh, this new product's coming out. We didn't know." That's kind of bad how you treat your vendors. And NVIDIA doesn't seem like they really care. So you can go to The Verge or any major PC site, probably even PC.com, PC Mag. They're going to talk about this article or articles around this. But a major graphics card company leaving, that's some heavy stuff. So I just think that is the computer industry downsizing now? Are we getting to the place where we don't really need all these vendors anymore? Is NVIDIA making moves and saying that, hey, we don't really care about you no more? Were they already trying to push them out? That's the question that I would like to know. Let's see. They asked NVIDIA spokesperson about that great partnership being over, and I bet their response wasn't even, they don't even really care. They said we wish them the best. That's sad. That's very sad. But give me 1 second. Come on. Well, if you stayed around this long, I thank y'all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the video. And if you got any comments about our articles that we discussed, feel free to hit us up, hit me up, and I'll answer your questions. And hold up. You can find the channel on Twitter, on YouTube. It's the Community Tech channel. Thank y'all for watching. and y'all have a very good evening.